Abujamama kwa from like Black Media. Abuja and some air cost MPP and Mamu Sebi, Dream Nekatashi, and a Captain Smart about one thing, and ne anopay, a dear bufu pa bopon adrening. Abuja in Nane say, and that they are and a GBC. CEO our GBC anom and I feel so a year youth and sport minister and no sika bia aba omontem na youth and sport minister claim say o sika no kokodi a year GBC boss wonom and ono say sika ni mamedi ni honom abuji ano na nam so ma Captain Smart aba bonten de a year letters bi aba bonten aba approve actually say sika no ankodi aye GBC boss bia ho na emum sika no ewo aye youth and sport minister aso ye ho ene sika no a wo mache sika enye sika ketua edi na abuzia wonam so ebobo na adwene pa edi che MPP amanyuku no eno da nchenso so a including aye sport presenter oye adwuma ewo onua TV wa bla Captain Smart free so anopa na first warm up no na ono so aba no ni na ne city awa Captain Smart sha say oye show na aye presenter ifa fun every Captain Smart say aye false news and Captain Smart presenting no na enye no kore na Captain Smart ni show wabobo na adwene dia man say ono so bribe no so waji business wan hwe ya onhwe ye pa entesa niam obeka no so onya keka wie na se wo free onua kodampo na ono oye okay because sabi o ma okotere enkowe ni mako na aponkyere ni nte wo fifiri yankwaji nkyeremu no emre sisiye
baby asa go penisi na free ni pe ye won dia any dey say aban di sika ma wo say wo mum and wo produce sa all African Games ni enja GBC a ono na ye the nation's national broadcaster adeni see e nine so no the entia aban we emu nkrofo tam deal no command pa foforo banka se fa baby ya san ne bra fa document in santoso that's it. Of the total payment made for the games, GBC was only 10 years. GBC was only entitled to $105,000 US. Therefore, the statement that GBC was paid in excess of $3 million comes as a surprise. The Honorable Samuel Nate George, member and MP for Ningo Pram, also stated that most of the technicians who worked on the African Games have still not been paid. GBC wishes to put it on record that there are no outstanding payments to local technicians who were engaged by GBC to work on the African Games. Mr. Director, all payments to local service providers have been effected. GBC staff who were deployed were paid a daily subsistence allowance of 100 Ghana cedis each on location. It should be stressed that only staff who were at games locations were paid. Game locations were paid. What about the other technicians who were not at the games locations but were employed for the same services? GBC wishes to put it on record that there are no outstanding payments to local technicians who were engaged by GBC to work on the African Games. All payments to local service providers have been effected. GBC staff who were deployed were paid on daily basis subsistence allowance of 100 Ghana cedis each on location. It should be stressed that only staff who were at games locations were paid. There are no outstanding payments to be effected. Yours faithfully, Professor Amin Al-Hassan, Director General, the authentic and trusted voice of Ghana's Managing Director. Afei for Ministry of Youth and Sports for Letana, on the Ben Run Sobra. GBC, Penini Chokrata way. Esan kwajina TV so ekasa wie ye pe and the Ministry of Youth and Sports anyway by they thought that GBC managing director no or your director general abai na appointed no to so mu din tra papa ntina hodin hwe entaf watching draw. Eti wu sisi ceremony na wampeni a ofre kaya. Clarification on the amount paid to the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation for the coverage of the 13th African Games. You assume that we have the two in Abebatri. Now, contract now, Ministry of Youth and Sports, GBC signing here, no, more farmer Felix and Mapel. Or more posting in a package, posting in our online. Facebook or Fago. We refer to the Public Accounts Committee sitting on Monday, 19th August 2024, where the Minister for Youth and Sports, Honorable Mustafa Yusuf, led the National Sports Authority and the National Youth Authority, two agencies under the ministry, to respond to issues raised by the Auditor General. At a sitting, the Member of Parliament for Ningo Prampram constituency, Honorable Samuel Nate George, asked a public interest question regarding the payment to Ghana Broadcasting Corporation GBC for their production and broadcasting services rendered at the 13th African Games, to which the Honorable Minister responded that GBC was paid in excess of $3 million. Go up. The minister's attention has been drawn to comments made by the Director General of GBC, Obeka Papana Tujem. Opesa abani yinedi ya said akase papa ne dintro ti apam professor said e be ya a cabinet minister we twan tro a chance no ho bebe nyam but emfa, stating that they did not receive the said amount. We wish to make the following statement to clarify the issues. Afei ministry na account tieniye. Hey, the Ministry of Youth and Sports through the local organizing committee received proposals from various stakeholders for the production and broadcasting rights for the 13th African Games. Question number 1 about point A, and it said, who were the said various stakeholders and who are those who wanted the broadcasting right apart from GBC? Publish the names. We want to know. I am daring the ministry to publish the names. If a cousin of the president's company was not part of it, I am daring the minister, if his friend was not part of the bidding, publish the names. Nonsense. I am daring the ministry to publish the stakeholders. I am standing here and asking and saying that the Ministry of Youth and Sports should publish the names of the proposals they received. They are from which company and from who? We want to know. Now I'm daring the man in this house. Call me again this morning. I'll give it to you and go away. Nonsense. Some organizations submitted proposals in excess of 6 million. Brother Patrolman, I'm trying. Me mami agi. Autoniama o mankasim provision store na mami wo. Agi 6 million no. O papa kwaku bi cham na de ma say trosha. Which the ministry deemed excessive. Teniye, the ministry deemed excessive. Yefanto, me say companies na a cancer or pay right no. Ministry of Youth and Sports publish it. I had a whole somebody here in this house calling himself a big sportsman, calling me and telling me his peace of mind that it is not true. Nonsense. What do you say at the Also, the ministry in its quest to build local capacity and leave a legacy after the 13th African Games, engage the GBC to become broadcaster for the games. On SCS or engage GBC to become the official broadcaster for the games. The other reason for the ministry's decision was that GBC's financial quotation for production and transmission was the lowest. In the one man production, no. If his so GBC didn't was firm at 6 million, and then the 3 companies now was no. One day the man won't say 1 year Jubano. I am daring the Minister of Youth and Sports, come out. Abaywe, omo ye thieves, abaywe, omo ye akrofo. And I am prepared for any rubbish. The other reason for the ministry's decision was that GBC's financial quotation for the production transmission was lowest, with the understanding that GBC will use the services of third parties to assist them implement their obligation. The total agreed amount was 3.6. So the minister forgot 3.6. Let's assume the 3 million excess of 3 million is the 6. Oh, erade yankopon. When so makuma mu adakoro meka asem bia ebeya asem. Subsequently, an agreement was reached between the two institutions, the ministry and GBC. Kosoro. Some ministry, no, they will come back to tell you, say, a ministry of justice and attorney. Troto, they will come back to tell you that. Me sorry, me manon kasawo. Me do nyame say present a bia ni Ghana information chairman. Upa jidu upa jai. Cause me di me be ye and we nipa nkum nipa. Me di me be ye medjuma. Patro bra from biom kakra ansa. Wako last paragraph we. Enti kan ho ni biom subsequently F final 2-3. An agreement was reached between two institutions, the ministry and GBC. No state institution can enter into an agreement with another institution which goes beyond $500,000 without the consent of the Ministry of Justice and Attorney. They will come back. From the total amount, EF, G. Don't forget that GBC said they were paid only 105,000. Ministry now quoted 6 million. Omabe ended up at 3.6 after G from the total amount of 2.5. From the total amount of 2.5 was paid directly 10 years. $2.5 million was paid directly to GBC in 2 tranches. 1 million and 1.5 on 13th March 2024 and 22nd May 2024 respectively. Another amount of 1 million was paid to third parties. Who are the third parties? Who were they? I am daring the Ministry of Youth and Sports, come out and tell the whole country the names of the third parties. Meche Afredo, Soni Solo, Sapejane Bebaha, Wamo Beba Betomi was stage in Suha. And ne womo beba betome ha Afredo catch them say Captain Jack and I say when you no cry bibia sense Afredo wo beba betome ha ne me do nyame. Another amount of 1 million was paid to third parties. Third parties no wame ya hwan enye third party enye TY enye IES wame ya dodo saying I want to know Sir President Kazim bin Kanwa. I want to know Sir Minister of Youth and Sports Nadam for bin Kanwa. I am daring you come out again. Moka say sorry ah, minya de enye, papa pani me di 44 years. Me that 12, no ma sorry 4. Ejuma wenti. Me twi nya stable relationship okra. Oka say majimi. Na mi nja ye. Na me hwe me ma. O man inti me na. Ne ye di matem, ne ye de me nam ha, ye de me ko ndro so kotogo nyina. Koye medro. Na oka say imoja na wo me mu anka me mu yi. Di me ho agro. Ka say moja na wo mu. Ti na me wu ya. Moja anka me ko. Ba ma mi bi tababi de mpa ibota ma chinti mi moja no adane bo. To fi say ye liquid solid. Agi. As a public institution, we are committed to transparency. That's a lie. And accountability in the discharge of our mandate. It's a lie. Signed, Obwa one sign. The minister will come out one day to tell you this is not coming from me. To say the Napo, or did Kwame Nkrumah Tamki some full chair, ye Kwame Nkrumah no. Or ye no say MPP ni akrana, which was a letter no, our ministry of energy we would the national chairman manushim. What can say your name? I can even tell you computer I'm the type of letter and rubbish. Now point she. It's not true.
Morning shows.
Answer na poba ye vice presidential candidate ma ba me no hu ne letter head da odidi Kwame Nkrumah tamwie ye no a pressure ba MPP so no mo ye letter head ba no nipo ye letter head no yo ba mo fa mo sam fun so you guys think we don't know what is happening in this country me pane to Akufo-Addo bedroom emre okodwo so amete
ahomesa
sign for where for signature she ho na mo scan mra na ye hwe. Sign and scan. Na yehu sports minister the signature. Moka say enkwasiafo na egu kurum ha ho. Na nyamo forta. Mwanya Ghana fo ni bia. Abai mu ni pa kansem fu bia na omudi akire. Asam ni ni. Mr. Producer for contract ni to TV ni so. Na mo ma Alfredo Mumra bra bye bye. Sha camera ni firi ho. Fa table ni bra Alfredo Mumra.
Wait.
Muchen yo contract in that TV so no mo bia me kan cham say Captain Smart boni trim contract no patcho bra form ye hu soro ho de ho between pen ye hu between Ministry of Youth and Sports MOIS and Ghana Broadcasting Corporation GBC producer kona soro have a responsibility to save a nation. It's not an easy task if you care to know. Ladies and gentlemen, look me in this red eyes. I told them I need to be bring mia me hwe mani kosua enro ye committee bi was no me hwe mia mani kosua na me say padi yare mani aye kosa le. The burden is huge. And I always dare task myself not to leave this burden. Look me. On the way many say kokoko. Me call hospital doctor say shinye weni. But I always want to live for you. I am always thinking about Ghana. Chememe nkwa. Same catch say omen penipa ye be kum no de ni moja aye nyankoma de na omen be di ya sesi ya mo mefa me. I will gladly, innocently, respectfully, humbly shut my eyes and then you slaughter me like a sheep so that this country can become a better place. I am ready to die for this country. Come for me. Butcher me into pieces. I will gladly offer my soul, my body, and my spirit. Sometimes the burden becomes so heavy that I wish I want to exit. But when I go, you guys will rot because it has ever happened before. It has happened before. And if I exit, it may happen again. I will stay if nobody will help me, if nobody will join me, if nobody would understand me, I would understand, encourage, and motivate myself until the battle will come to an end. That our motherland, Ghana, would once again see the glory that it deserves. Police have a document to say, Papa, me chum who say, Ministry of Youth and Sports. The Ministry of Youth and Sports of Government of the Republic of Ghana, with its head, which expresses shall where the contest, blah 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 blah. Ministry, your friends say, GBC, assign contract. Call him, Fafu Frotuso. Bobo Soto Sosa, never maybe a signatures no one better so. Maybe. This is what I am saying. When they roll in the sack, Kodo Biahu. Yeah, Farmer Parkwesi Fatu on your Facebook. Mommy, the last page, signatures no one. Maybe. Come through, look me here. I know that. Okay, hold on. Okay. Signed by Ministry of Youth and Sports. How? Sad document we honorable minister and signature na wo. Ada na kata na so na actual no signed na show. Signed na cheze. Bet me tro bibia man TV sesi na maka say signed. Bet me tro bibia man se nua ma sesi na me bibia ma ka say signed. Minister of Youth and Sports, Professor Amin Al Hassan, Director General. Inti asembia wo mo ka no e won krata we him. William Kate, Chief Director. John Kwame Waja, GBC, Director of Legal Services. You think that a professor with a lawyer will go that low and allow a little boy without a master's degree to throw him to the dogs? Huh? If so, that's it. I mean, can we? And so say a corner a day anymore a year could set on mine. I'm the four cross and betum. I'm the another one aba. Enye ekonketwa. Na me se wo sahene. Me se wo sa jefono. Me nye ready se me be mama be mabu. No, ensi. Kosi se yebeko bedin kunim me obi ani he o me home obatampa brai fa phone to na bra kosi sa mere no de wa bra enko